Every day, in every corner of London, people are recording life in letters, emails, photographs and documents. From love letters to big business decisions. But have you ever wondered where they go? When these records of everyday life become history? Well, it's simple. If they're worth keeping, they go to the archives. In this case, London Metropolitan Archives. If you haven't been to an archive before, you're in for a treat. It's a bit like a library, but the main difference is that most of what you find in an archive will be the only copy in existence. Original letters and diaries, these are the stories of life in London over the last 1,000 years. It's a goldmine of information for anyone interested in the history of London. There are millions of books, letters, photographs, maps and films to explore and use. Obviously, that's a lot of history. But don't worry, the team in the information area will help you get started. They'll show you how to search and how to get the most out of the archive collections. You don't need to have a research project to visit. You might just want to browse the photograph collections and see how London looked 100 years ago. Or you might want to see an exhibition, go to a free talk, or join a walking tour which uncovers history out on the streets. The first document in the London archives was written in 1067, just after the Norman invasion of England. It's a charter from William the Conqueror, greeting the people of the city and telling them how he intended to deal with them. From there, the archives cover pretty much any subject you can imagine, from religion to sport, business to entertainment. The collections can transport you back to the days when highwaymen terrorized the roads, and bombs ripped apart streets and houses during the Blitz. There are records of London's hospitals, schools, and the workhouses made famous by Charles Dickens in Oliver Twist. If you're trying to find out about your London ancestors, you've come to the right place. There are church and school registers going back hundreds of years, and loads of other archives to help you track them down. Millions of names from London's past are already available to search online, and you can get free access to these databases when you visit. The Mediatek is where you'll find the film and image collections. The films date from the 1920s and show everything from post-war housing development to London's parks and green spaces. The image collections include over 2 million photos, maps, posters and prints. As you can probably imagine, managing all this history is a very big job, and behind the scenes there's all sorts of interesting work going on. The archives are stored on over 100 kilometers of shelves. That's a lot of boxes and books. So the team always need to know where everything is and where to find it when you ask for it. Some of the books and other items which are given to the archive need repair and treatment before you can use them. Fortunately, this is one of the leading preservation and conservation studios in the UK. The team are cleaning a map of Epping Forest by spraying on a very shallow bath of water. Once they've blotted off the excess and timed the process to perfection, they apply a large sheet of blotting paper. This soaks up the moisture and takes away a lot of the dirt when it's peeled back. That's one map that's going to be in much better condition by the time you come in and see it. You can come on your own, with friends, or as part of a school or community group, and you can find the archive in central London, a gentle stroll from Farringdon Tube Station and close to several bus routes. Of course, if you can't make it into town, or you don't live in the UK, there are still plenty of archives available to use online. Well, that's it. A short introduction to 1,000 years of history. And the best part? All of this is free to use and open to everyone, whether you're researching a school project or writing the history of your street. You never know. With so much to explore, you might just uncover some of London's forgotten secrets.